Hello guys, welcome back to Dr. Dentico YouTube channel. As you all know, here we post video related to the dentistry and this will help you to crack all types of dental examinations. Okay, so if you didn't follow our Instagram page and the Facebook page and didn't subscribe our Telegram channel, then please go and follow the pages and subscribe the Telegram channel. I will give link in the description box. Okay, so today we will start with the continuation part of pharyngeal arches. Still now, if you didn't watch our first part of the pharyngeal arches, which is already uploaded on the Dr. Dentico YouTube channel, then please, I highly request you go and first watch that first part. Then only you can understand anything in this part, because this first part is all about our basic introduction of the pharyngeal arches. Okay, so as you all know, uh, these are the slide, or this is the slide from the our first part of the pharyngeal arch. I will just give you a brief introduction about the pharyngeal arches. So this one is our outer side of epithelium, which is known as the ectoderm. Inner side epithelium is known as the endoderm, and between this pharyngeal arches there is one layer which is called as a mesoderm. This is our stomodium, or the oral cavity, right? Now the outer side depression is called as a cleft or the groove. Inner side depression is called as a pouch. And within the arches we have three components. One is the artery, then cartilage, and below this artery and the cartilage there is one muscle. Okay, understood? Now we will move how this pharyngeal arches will how this development occur of the pharyngeal arches. Okay, see here, this is our first and the second pharyngeal arch. So there will be what happen here, that depression which is called as a cleft and the pouch. From the outer side it is known as cleft, and the inner side it is called a pouch. So this depression will invaginate. Okay, how it invaginates, see here. This is our, suppose this is our first pharyngeal arch, this is our second pharyngeal arch. First pharyngeal arch, second pharyngeal arch. Okay, now this is outer side and this one is the inner side. Okay, now this inner side depression will invaginate towards the cleft. Okay, how it invaginate, see how. This is pouch depression. Okay, it will invaginate like this. Okay, this is our first pharyngeal arch, second pharyngeal arch, and the first pouch will invaginate like this. Now if invagination occur from the pouch side, then invagination will also occur from the cleft side. But this invagination is different from the pouch invagination. How it invaginate? It invaginate like this. It will invaginate like this. Okay, so like, it means like this. Sorry. It will invaginate like this. Okay, this is the shape of invagination from the cleft side, first pharyngeal cleft. So by the time what happens, this will join to each other, right, and form one septa, right? Now see here in this slide, let me zoom. Yes, this is our first pharyngeal arch, second pharyngeal arch, right? Now this will occur of invagination of the pouch. Okay, and here invagination occur from the which cleft side. Okay, so here you can see this will join and form one septa. Okay, now this pouch side invagination will form what, middle ear and the inner ear. Okay, and this outer side invagination, which it means a cleft invagination, will form a external ear, right? See here, let me erase this. See here, this is our external, it means cleft side invagination, right? It looks like a external ear, so it will form this type of external ear, or we can say pinna. Okay, then this what is the invagination pattern of the cleft side? It will like this, right? So here one tube is formed, right? So it will form a external auditory meatus. Okay, then we have our septa, it means connection between two invagination. This septa is called as a coda tympani, and after that this pouch invagination will form middle ear and the inner ear. Understood still now? If you didn't, then please go rewind and watch again. Now see, invagination will occur from the second, third, fourth cleft also, and the second, third, fourth uh, pouch also. Okay, see here. Now what should be the type of second, third, fourth cleft? It will be like this. This is our second pharyngeal arch, third pharyngeal arch, and the fourth pharyngeal arch. Okay, this is our pharyngeal arches. Now see here. This type of here what happens, invagination will not occur. What happen here, there is one layer you already know. If you watch first part, then you should know this is our ectoderm, right? Now this ectoderm will pinch towards the pharyngeal arches. So what happen if this in this direction it will pinch? So what happen if it will pinch? It will look like what? Let me tell you. It will look like what? This is ectoderm. Okay, it will pinch, so it will be our second, third, and the fourth pharyngeal arches. So it look like this. Now see here, this one is second, third, and fourth pharyngeal arch, right? So this second, third, fourth pharyngeal arch combine here, so formation of one septa, right? After that it will combine with our ectoderm, right? So here again formation of septa. So there you can see one space between these two septa, right? This space is called as a cervical sinus. What is this space? It is cervical sinus. See here, you can see here, this is second pharyngeal arch, third pharyngeal arch, and the fourth pharyngeal arch, right? Let me erase this first, right? Now see, this will ectoderm where what is pinches towards the pharyngeal arch, and what they do, it will like pinches like this. Okay, so here you see one septa, here you see one septa, and there is one space which is called as a cervical sinus. Understood? Why this is called cervical sinus? I will tell you. See here. Yes. See here. This is our ectoderm, right? Now this ectoderm will pinch towards the pharyngeal arch. So what is there? There is one cleft, right? Because it occurs from the outer side. So there will be one cleft. So here you can see this type of second, third, and fourth pharyngeal arches, right? After that there is one cleft. By the pinching of the ectoderm, what happens? This will form a space. Okay, this cleft will form one space which is called as a temporary cervical cyst, or you can say temporary cervical sinus. Now why this is temporary? Because it will disappear by the ending of the developmental processes. So it is called as a temporary cervical cyst. Now why this is cervical? See here. I will try my best to draw human being, but it will not look like human being, so understand first. Now you have to do one work for understand this. What you have to do, suppose this is your head and this is your neck. Okay. Now here your eye is there, here is your nose, here is your mouth, and here you have one most important part which is ear. Okay. So you have to put your fingers on ear like this. This is your first finger, then this one is your second finger, third finger, and the fourth finger. Okay, third and the fourth. Now see, these are our pharyngeal arches, first, second, third, and fourth pharyngeal arches. They are located there only. Now see, here first pharyngeal arch we already discussed, so I have to remove this first pharyngeal arch. Now this second, third, and fourth. Now what happened? Ectoderm will come and pinched out. ओके, सो यू हैव टू मतलब आपको अपनी फिंगर्स वहाँ पे मोड़ देनी है. सो योर फिंगर्स विल लुक लाइक व्हाट? ओ शिट, आई हैव टू ड्रॉ अगेन. सी व्हाट आई ड्रॉ यार. आई, nose, mouth, and the ear. ओके, सो यू हैव टू पुट योर फिंगर्स आफ्टर द मतलब मोड़ देने के बाद आपको ये आपकी सेकेंड, थर्ड एंड द फोर्थ. ओके, अब देखो, अगर 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 सिस्ट वहाँ पे आ जाती है, कुछ कुछ केसेस में क्या होता है, दिस सिस्ट विल नॉट डिसअपियर. सो इफ दिस सिस्ट विल नॉट डिसअपियर, इट विल कम बाय द after the developmental process also. Okay, so where should be this cyst located? in this region, right? What is this region? This region is called as a cervical region, right? Now see again here. Let me erase this first. Here you have your most important muscle, which एनेट में पढ़ा होगा, अगर नहीं पढ़ा है तो भाई थोड़ा एनेट भी पढ़ लिया करो कभी कभी, बहुत काम की चीज़ है एनेट भी। ये क्या है? अपना स्टर्नोक्लीडोमास्टोइड मसल। ओके, सो सिस्ट कहीं यहाँ पे फॉर्म हुई होगी, राइट? So if someone asks you what should be the location of the temporary cervical cyst or the final cervical cyst, what should be the location? The location will be the anterior to the sternocleidomastoid in a cervical region. Okay, understood now why this is called as a cervical cyst and why it is temporary? Okay, now this ectoderm will pinch, and after what happens after the developmental process, it means end of the developmental process, this ectoderm will form, will convert into our skin. That's why our neck skin is very smooth, okay, without nevia. Now see, so this is all about our second, third, fourth cleft side. Okay, second, third, fourth cleft. Now we will see the pouch side. Okay, so what happens in the pouch? See here. लेट मी जूम फर्स्ट. दिस इज योर सेकेंड फेरिंजियल आर्च. ओके, यहाँ पे मतलब डिप्रेशन इन्वेजिनेशन होगा, लेकिन कैसे होगा? ये सेकेंड फेरिंजियल, लेट मी चेंज द कलर. ये सेकेंड फेरिंजियल आर्च है. ओके, इसका इन्वेजिनेशन होगा यहाँ पे पाउच का कुछ ऐसा. ओके, सो इट विल फॉर्म लाइक दिस बल्की थिंग. ओके, हियर सी, यू कैन सी नाउ दिस विल, यहाँ पे बहुत सारा क्या होगा? टिश्यू से भरा हुआ होगा. सो टिश्यू का एक पूरा बेड बन जाएगा, स्मूथ स्मूथ टिश्यू. सो इट इज अवर बेड, व्हाट इज नोन एज टॉन्सिलर बेड, विच विल फॉर्म पैलेटाइन टॉन्सिल इन फ्यूचर. ओके, अंडरस्टैंड? अब देखो, सर्वाइकल सिस्ट भी सर्वाइकल रीजन में, पैलेटाइन टॉन्सिल कहाँ होता है? नेक में ही होता है. ठीक है, मतलब अब समझ में आ रहा है ये फेरिंजियल आर्चेस कितना रिलेटेड है, इंटर रिलेटेड है एक दूसरे के साथ. अब मगअप करने की कोई ज़रूरत लग रही है यहाँ पे आपको? नो ना. अब देखो, so this is our second pharyngeal pouch and the second, third, fourth pharyngeal cleft. Now we will see our fourth pharyngeal cleft and the fourth pharyngeal pouch. Okay, see here. अब यहाँ पे भी इन्वेजिनेशन तो होना ही है. अब क्लेफ्ट का तो हमने पहले से ही बात कर लिया, व्हाट शुड बी द अकर विद द थर्ड एंड द फोर्थ फेरिंजियल क्लेफ्ट. नाउ फॉर द पाउच व्हाट हैपेंस, दिस फेरिंजियल आर्च, देन इन्वेजिनेशन अकर लाइक इन दिस मेथड, same as for the fourth pharyngeal arch also. I can't draw full here, but understand, right? So here you can see this pouch side will invagination occur like this. Okay, in the both third as well as the fourth pharyngeal pouch. Now this upper one is called as a dorsal wing and the lower one is called as a ventral wing. Okay, now this dorsal wing will do what? Formation of inferior parathyroid gland. Okay, inferior parathyroid gland. Upper one wing will form a inferior parathyroid gland. Okay, now this what will form from the ventral wing? Superior parathyroid gland? No, it will form our thymus. Okay, what will it form? Our thymus. Now this fourth pharyngeal pouch will form our superior parathyroid gland. Superior parathyroid gland, yes. Okay, see here. This third pharyngeal pouch, dorsal wing will form inferior parathyroid gland, ventral wing will form thymus, and this fourth pharyngeal pouch will form our superior parathyroid gland. Understood? अब यहाँ पे तो सब उल्टा पुल्टा है. ठीक है, अब होगा क्या एट द एंड ऑफ द मतलब डेवलपमेंटल प्रोसेस में? क्या होगा यहाँ पे? एक सिस ट्रांजिशन होगा, क्रॉस मैच. व्हाट हैपेंस हियर? सी, देखो यहाँ पे इंफीरियर पैराथायरॉयड ग्लैंड. पहले तो ये फेरिंजियल आर्चेस है कहाँ पे? इन द सर्वाइकल रीजन, इट मीन्स इन नेक. ओके, सो देयर विल बी वन थायरॉयड ग्लैंड आल्सो शुड बी देयर. Now this thyroid gland. Okay, so what should be the what is the location of the our parathyroid gland? So here you see this will cross to here and will inferior parathyroid gland will go crossly in the below portion of the thyroid gland. Okay, so it will be like this, and the superior parathyroid gland will do same but in the upper side of the thyroid gland. So here same is here, so you can see a cross matching here. Okay, so this how our pharyngeal arch will form our body structures. Okay, now see here, this slide is most important for you because it is a summary chart still now what we cover, and मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता है कि इसमें कुछ भी मगअप करने जैसा है, but after that you want to mug up, then you can mug up this slide only. Okay, now see, first pharyngeal cleft will form external ear and the external auditory meatus. Do you remember something? We drove this external ear, then there is external auditory meatus, coda tympani, middle ear, and at the end of the inner ear. Okay, so this is all about that. Then first pharyngeal pouch will form middle ear and the inner ear. Okay, now the second, third, fourth pharyngeal cleft, the pinch, this ectoderm will pinch and form a temporary cervical sinus, and the second pharyngeal pouch will form palatine tonsil, which is called as a tonsillar bed. Then this third pharyngeal pouch will dorsal in the ventral wing. Dorsal will form inferior parathyroid gland, ventral will form a thymus, and this fourth pharyngeal pouch is superior parathyroid gland. Okay, now see, I will tell you some pathologies which is not mentioned here, so please note this down. Okay, और यहाँ पे प्लीज नोट कर लेना, ऐसा बिल्कुल मत सोचना कि इतना तो हमें याद रह ही जाएगा. At the end of the moment you will not remember anything, so please note it down. Okay, so I will tell you two pathologies. One is I already tell you in our discussion only. That is if temporary cervical cyst will remain, then we have to go for our surgical removal, right? So this is one pathology. Then second pathology will occur here. See, in 2 to 4% patient, this pathology you can see, and this pathology is what happened in this pathology. The invagination of the fourth and the third and the fourth pharyngeal pouch, invagination will not occur. Now if invagination will not occur, will dorsal wing and ventral wing form? No, na. So if wings are not forming, then how inferior parathyroid gland and the thymus will form? So if absence of the inferior parathyroid gland and thymus is, this condition is called as inferior parathyroid gland aplasia and the thymic aplasia, right? Now what is the role of our inferior parathyroid gland? It will secrete parathyroid hormone, right? Now superior parathyroid gland is there. So what happens? Now this superior parathyroid, only third pharyngeal pouch invagination will not occur. Now fourth pharyngeal pouch invagination is occur. So superior parathyroid gland will form. Now if superior parathyroid gland will form, this superior parathyroid gland will they release parathyroid hormone, right? PTH will release by the superior parathyroid hormone. But inferior parathyroid gland and the thymus are not there. These two are not there. So what happened? This inferior parathyroid gland is not there. So the parathyroid hormone will decrease. So the amount level of the parathyroid hormone will decrease. So what happened here? One is a decrease in parathyroid hormone, right? Then this inferior parathyroid gland is also related to the calcium level. So the decrease in calcium level also occur. Right, now thymus is not there. So what is the role of the thymus? It will form a T lymphocyte, right? So if thymus is not there, so decrease in T lymphocyte also. Now decrease in parathyroid hormone, decrease in calcium level, and the decrease in T lymphocyte, this condition, this syndrome is called as DI-George syndrome. Most important MCQ. Okay, so remember this. अभी भी अपना pharyngeal arch खत्म नहीं हुआ है. We have to make one more video on the pharyngeal arches because we already discussed in our first part there are 3 components. One is artery, cartilage and the muscle. Now ये artery क्या है, ये cartilage क्या है, ये muscle क्या है, क्या form करती है, क्या role है, वो सब हम देखेंगे अगले एपिसोड में। सो जानने के लिए देखते रहिए डॉक्टर डेंटिको। और हाँ, अगर वीडियो पसंद आई हो तो प्लीज़ लाइक कर दो, शेयर कर दो, और अभी तक अगर आपने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब इट एंड हिट द बेल आइकन सो यू विल नॉट मिस एनी अपकमिंग न्यू नोटिफिकेशन। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर लिसनिंग मी।